Let me take you through the IT sector and the ripples owing to layoffs. Accenture has laid off 11,000 employees in just 3 months. The company says that this is part of a massive restructuring to prepare for an AI-driven future. Accenture CEO Julie Sweet calls upskilling the number one strategy for them now. Staff who can adapt to AI systems will be retained, but those who can't are being let go. At the same time, Accenture also says that it will also hire fresh talent with AI skills to fill that gap. Layoffs come at a cost of $865 million in severance package, which they are now giving to the employees that they've asked to leave. Accenture's global workforce has now dropped from 7,91,000 to 7,79,000. But this isn't just about cuts. The company has already generated $2.6 billion in AI consulting work in the last 6 months. It's also planning rapid talent rotation and even divesting some acquisitions with savings reinvested in people and new businesses. So basically means that they're basically trying to buckle up and tighten harness on all corners so that they're able to move that money, make their talent more productive, and ensure more talent is brought in who can kind of boost Accenture's turnout. Now, India will feel the impact sharply. Nearly 3 lakh of Accenture's staff is based in India, and it follows a similar move by TCS, which reportedly let go of up to 80,000 workers due to AI. Now, remember, TCS says that only 12,000 employees were let off, not 80,000. 80,000 is a number, basically a rumor that spread faster. Even before the TCS could clarify on this, the 80,000 workers were laid off rumor went so viral that TCS now is trying to damage control. Experts warn that this is a larger trend, though, across the $250 billion IT sector. Routine coding, testing, process jobs are all now being automated. AI is switching that human job. The only way forward now, they say, is reskilling. Either employees reskill or upskill, or they'll have to leave. Especially with regards to AI, data, and cloud, employees have to be completely in the know of every detail of AI, data, and cloud. For employees, the message is quite clear. The future isn't just about keeping jobs, but learning to work alongside machines now. Let me bring in Gautam Kapoor, who's the CEO, Cybercare 365, joining us. He has employees of his own to give us a little sense of what this really means. Saurabh Rai, Chief Strategy and Growth Officer, NeoGeo Info Technologies Limited. Thanks very much. I'll start with Gautam Kapoor. Gautam, your view on IT sector layoffs, Accenture, TCS, it's a little alarming and a shocker for many in India. I mean, world over, but we are concerned for India. 3 lakh Accenture employees who are located in India, they're all now worried for their future. Would you be able to tell us how easy is it to upskill? Is it so easy to really rewire yourself and manage to hold on to that job? What's to be done with immediate effect? Your suggestion or advice to people watching?
Yeah, good evening, and thank you for having me over. Listen, I know with the advent of AI, this is a mixed bag, so to say. I mean, you alluded to the fact that we're going to see a lot of layoffs. As a matter of fact, we are in the midst of a lot of organizations announcing layoffs. Now, I do, like I said earlier, this is a mixed bag, and folks do need to upskill themselves. I think this is the perfect opportunity for folks to go ahead and learn more about AI technologies. Now, easier said than done. um, the world is rapidly changing and folks are a little bit confused. What is it that we need to do now? Not everybody can go ahead and just start learning software coding skills and things like that, but still I think with AI and the ecosystem rapidly changing, I think it behooves a lot of people to start working on understanding what the technology is all about, how mundane tasks can be replaced with AI, and them being able to oversee these things. So that is my perspective on this. We'll see in the coming years that there'll be a whole set of jobs or a whole set of jobs ecosystem being created, even with the advent of AI.
Well, with the advent of AI, and that's what IT companies have been very clear that they're also hiring more people with skills.
Yes,
So if they're letting off people, they're also hiring people. But
absolutely.
where it hurts the most, the mid-level, senior-level managers who are well in their 40s or just about 50, who possibly are not at that age to adapt to that kind of AI so fast or so quickly as the younger lot. And that's where the real crisis lies. Saurabh Rai, do you agree?
Well, I agree, and actually, it's going to be the norm going forward, in my view. The first surprising thing, and I'm ex Accenture, by the way, in the spirit of full disclosure, and Accenture has some of the best training programs in the world that I have myself been privy to. And if Accenture cannot train 11,000 people and had to let go for want of training or for their ability or inability to reskill, that's a very, very alarming situation. That's number one. So, that being said, it's going to be very challenging. If youngers can't adapt, certainly it will be tougher for slightly older ones like me. The good part, though, is in parallel, we've heard the announcements of hiring more AI professionals, hiring more professionals. So somewhere it's going to balance it out, and hopefully we are seeing just an aberration and not the norm. And I would hope so for the larger benefit of the industry.
Disclosed where you work. I just want to ask you, how did you upskill? Did you go through a training program or were you steadfast on your own that, before the axe falls on you, I'm going to ensure I learn the trick? And did you take personal course on your own? How did you ensure that you fit in?
So when you're talking of AI, most of it has been self-learning, at least for me. I looked at my sector, I looked at the trends, and it did not come in a day. It took some time coming. So, right from prompts to understanding what Gen AI is, to understanding what LLM is, to the extent what it can do. Now, even very recently, just 2 days back, I was looking at low code, no code kind of softwares in the LLM space. Once they come, they will be a still tougher nut to crack. Now, because with advent of low code, no code, LLM writing softwares, things will further become easy, and even AI specialists will become redundant in some sort and form. So now it's always, as it's been in tech industry, you have to be ahead of the curve. You have to keep learning new things. Now AI is one, the coding part is one, but the application part certainly gives a lot of opportunity to all of us, and we are seeing new and new applications coming in every other day. So it's not everything is lost. Maybe this is a wake up call for most AI professionals, including me, that in the areas and in the adjacencies that you're working on, look at the possibilities of AI, start looking at how it is going to change the world for you, start looking at how you're going to train it. Certainly, the tools and techniques are very new. At the same time, uh, just like every other major uh, evolution of the tech industry. We saw internet, we subsequently saw analytics. Now we are seeing an AI and Gen AI. We need to keep ourselves ahead of the curve. And I also see a lot of trainings coming up. So
Correct.
most of the training programs, training curriculum providers have created. Organizations have created those training programs. So all that one needs to do is keep an eyes and ears open. And what organizations need to do is perhaps, in order to retain their talent, groom them better, give them an early idea about the skills that they need to learn so that they get a lot longer runway
Yeah,
rather than
but
some
my only
knee-jerk.
question is, even Jitin Jain joins us, Director of Voyager Infosec Private Limited. Jitin, why is how is it not possible for these companies not to know that their employees or people who they are hiring in their first rounds itself are not compatible with the company or the AI mechanism? It's been a while now since AI has come about. And as much as companies like Accenture want to upskill, it's been a while since they have adapted to AI technology, but are also hiring at the same time, and those hires are not going the way they want it to be. Why is it they're not able to identify those who are not compatible in
No, no,
advance?
Nabila, there are three things. A, I think these 11,000 people who have been now laid off in the garb of, some Oxford English call exiting. This is the word they have used. They have not used the word termination or layoff. these are not the AI professionals. These are people from different walks of technology life. And they are being fired because AI would be doing their job. So, and they are going to hire more and more AI people, and that means more and more going to firing is going to take place in the coming years. But the first point what you made, that was Accenture not aware when they hired these employees. I think no, that on that point you'll have to give them benefit of doubt, because I think these were compatible people. They were matching the requirements when they were hired 3, 4, or 5 years ago. But the technology has changed at such a rapid scale with the coming of AI, especially no code technologies. Most of the customer care jobs, most of basic coding jobs, most of entry level jobs, or any tech spectrum, right from coding to business analytics to testing, is now gone, because they are now you don't even need to automate them. They are being done readily done by AI and using different tools. So I think on that space, we are going to see a huge, a shift in this entire landscape of technology, where the entry level jobs will become extremely difficult. But then it raises the fundamental question: what about the corporate responsibility? Are you only for profit and greed? Have you got you've got full corporate responsibility towards your profit and board, but have you got no social responsibility and ethics towards your employees and any morality towards them? Because you're affecting families without any notice. Second, the bigger question in this entire transition, as Mr. Rai was pointing out, ultimately, see whose responsibility is to reskill: society, employees themselves, the government as a whole, or the companies. I don't think you can only leave it to companies that, and imagine Accenture is one of the biggest consulting companies in the world, and this same very company offers reskilling and, future-proof programs to many different corporates in the world. And if they themselves are not able to retain their own employees and upskill them, it is a huge question, not only on the Accenture, but overall industry,
Yeah.
that how rapidly technology is changing.
Yeah,
And if
precisely. And
Accenture has to fire, then I think but other companies which are doing routine outsourcing tasks like TCS, Infosys will be following the suit today or tomorrow or maybe in some weeks.
you know,
But ultimate question is whose responsibility is to reskill?
it is a company's responsibility, which is why I'm a little surprised that they are not able to identify
Not
people who are
really,
not
not really,
compatible.
not really. Amila, we are creating digital coolies in our colleges. These companies hire graduates and postgraduates from the colleges, and they have to reskill them on the very first day of the job for 3 months.
Correct.
Now,
That's
this is
precisely
a
what I'm
fundamental
saying.
question
Either
of
you
our education
recognize that they're not
policy.
compatible and train them, or you don't hire them. If they're into the system already 5 years into it, then they should ideally be young, and maybe a crash course to upskill them is not very difficult. A final question as I wrap here, Gautam Kapoor, I'll take it from you, is you're live from California, you have a company of your own. How does the United States cope with it? Because 11,000 jobs is all over, not just in India, all over. How do Americans or people in America really upskill so quickly?
I'll say this in full candor. I mean, the United States is facing the same challenges that we're facing in India, right? I mean, I think both our guests are alluding to the fact that folks need to upskill, companies need to train. We're facing the very same challenges. Folks will have to adapt to this new world. Low code jobs, like one of the guests was alluding to, those are going away. Customer service jobs, those are going away. However, I do want to mention one thing, as a supplement to what some of the folks were saying. I mean, there was this world of RPA that came before AI, and that promised to change the entire ecosystem. That did not happen. It created a whole new set of ecosystem. Now AI has come. I don't want to paint this as a doom and gloom, where we're expecting 10, 20, 15, 30% unemployment. But no, it will create a set of new jobs, new opportunities, and it is incumbent upon the companies as well as on the individuals to upskill. So, Anil, to answer your question, we're seeing the same challenges, the same concerns that India is seeing. We're seeing the same thing in the US too. And I know you've got a little time, so I'll pass the floor back to you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Maybe AI will teach Donald Trump a lesson, because when you hire these low code employees, you will need highly skilled employees. And for that, he already wants American companies to fire all highly skilled jobs, which they have got, and guys which have gone across the world. No
There's
visas for
impending
them, 1
inflation
lakh penalty.
anyway, owing to
So Donald Trump
tariff
has a
threat
challenger in
in the
AI now.
United States. So Donald Trump will probably learn more of a lesson than one. Thank you very much, Jitin, Gautam, and Saurabh for joining us on that.
Thank you.